But that 80% is what I'm not paying taxes on. If I gave them, well, 100,000, I'm sorry, if I donated 100,000, that's $100,000 less income I have to pay taxes on. So I love to donate to my nonprofit because it allows me to do this. But it only works if your company is feasible, it's profitable. It took me years to get where I am. Don't think that we're all sitting here looking like, oh yeah, they just woke up and came out of the womb and started making money. No, I found bankruptcy. I had a trucking firm, a tax. Well, my son helped me get. He wanted that tax company. A trucking firm, a tax company. I became a what did that one name like it? My securities license, to be a financial advisor. What else I do, baby? We have a life insurance license, brokerage firm, title company, mortgage company.
Free makes babies.
I had one baby. I hit with that one. Federal agent. You know they say you need to have a couple because you're going to lose. One of them going to be black sheep. I was praying. I'm not having any more. You better do what you're supposed to do. I got to bet 100 on this one. But I did that while I was an entrepreneur. So it goes back to give you the flexibility to pour back into your children, to go back into the community. It's not all about just making a lot of money.
And if y'all listen to 1080, I listen to 1080 all day long. Today it's real estate, financing, retirement.
How can we find that? What's 1080?
1080 AM, 1080 AM, radio station. I listen to it all day long. Like Saturday is real estate, retirement. It just, just tonight will be Kim Commando talking about technology at night.
And that's good because you're pouring into yourself. You can listen to that while you're driving.
Yeah, you're driving.
Turn off no offense to 97.9 or 104 because I know people over there. But you have to pour back into yourself, man. What you put into you is usually what comes out.
Because what Capri said about nonprofit, white folks are doing it. They retiring and instead of paying themselves, they pouring it back into the nonprofit. Yep. They don't have to pay taxes.
Yep. The rich do foundations.
Yeah.
Not the so wealthy, we do nonprofits. But you look at LeBron, I guess, foundation. You'll
trust.
Level,
yeah, they do trust and everything else. That's the whole thing talk.
Yeah, we did a course on trust here. We got to go again. So we kind of touched into the anatomy of the entrepreneur. Who's that man up there?
Man.
What does he own?
Everything.
Household name? Raise your hand if you own a Tesla. Do you like it?
I love it.
You love it. What is it you love about it?
I love that it makes me, it's easy. It saves me on gas. That's what I really like about it.
Say that one more time.
It saves me on gas.
Is that it?
You
get a Kia.
True.
Yes.
I have a gas-powered car, but I enjoy driving it. So.
Yeah.
Y'all have a lot of bells and whistles in there too.
Oh yeah, it makes me feel special.
There you go. Yeah. So he created a product to make you feel special, save on gas. When he thought about that, he identified, how am I going to get these individuals to believe in this product, which was new, right? A lot of us probably were hesitant. I'm one. I'm like, I'm waiting to see how it turns out. I don't want to get it, and be recalled on myself. I'm going to let everybody else get it first. Give it a couple of years, then I might buy into it. All right? I'm a little skeptical about things, but I'm left brain. So we kind of went over these. You got to have a brain, of course, full of ideas. You got to always, like you said, somebody said, you're always thinking. I'll go ahead and say that, my brain won't shut down. You're always thinking. But you have to be thinking positively, not negatively. And when you get to that point, that's where you're going to use some Bible verses. You have to have a mouth to share your vision. They need to know what you're selling. You ever heard the deal they will come? How am I going to know where to come? That's the thing done over Facebook and social media.
It's free advertising.
It's free advertising. Because back in the day, 29 years ago, I had to literally go to every networking event. I'm a real estate broker too for those I had to go to every networking event. I had to go to all this stuff. And I was tired, but I was in my 20s. I can't do that anymore. So I'm thankful for the platforms to share my vision. But my husband will tell you, wherever I am, I'm talking about what I do. I'm going to have a shirt on, a hat on, or something where I may not have to tell. They're going to walk up and say, you do real estate? Or you do this? What exactly Truvillion Academy? What kind of school was that? They will approach you when they need your services. You don't always have to be in their face. You have to believe in your product, but it takes money to get that, right? So the next one is the stomach. Trust your gut. Oh my God, you talking to me. That's that intuition. Been many situations where I've turned down deals. Many situations where I've had friends give me heads up, girl, you don't want to go down that path. I'm just letting you know, watching. And I had the same feelings that they went through. And I go, you know what, I'm not feeling that. We're going to back up. Well, why? I don't know why. It's just my gut.
You don't let other people's fears, don't place their fears upon you.
Y'all believe it out.
I believe it on. Okay. Yeah, don't let other people place their fears upon you. That's what I was saying earlier. I know what I feel it, but I'm not going to place my fears on you not to do it.
Yep.
Okay?
That, you believe it out.
Yeah.
And one thing I think that we fall into when you start entrepreneurship and you don't have all the money. One thing that I land on is all money not good money.
Say that one more time.
All money is not good money. And that's what you have to realize, because you're gonna get to a point to where you scratching the bottom. If you're not scratching the bottom as an entrepreneur, you're not up late enough at night. And when you're scratching that bottom, you start realizing, well, is it worth me doing this deal, knowing that it's not in line with what God has for you. Not only that, but not in line with your business, because you're the face of the business. You never know how down the line how that can negatively affect you and your company. So just remember, all money is not good money. And if I can, I'm sorry, this is my business partner.
How you doing, business partner? What's his name?
His name is Craig Siddlewhite with the building for our company Elite. So he happened to show up. He said he was coming, but I didn't know what time. But just to say that just keep that in mind. All money is not good money. Sometimes you have to struggle a little bit to get the right fruit to bear.
Yes.
So.
And definitely keep that in mind, you guys, because those of you that know me, I'm very transparent. That one guy we partnered with for the title company ran off with our money. I don't care on social media. The truth is the truth. He ran off with our money, Trammell Crow. Y'all know who Trammell Crow is? That was one of my clients. They had a couple $100,000. Yeah, so you have to be careful who you align yourself with. Good talker, but what did we say? I said, my gut is just not sitting right with me. Maybe something going on. Did we not say that?
Yep, you said it.
Several times I said, something's going on. I don't know what it is. And we found out. So definitely make sure you realize, just because someone says, hey, I want to invest in your company, it could be illegal money, and you're going down with them. Or it could just be a bad business partner with a bad name that will sabotage your vision. My granddaddy always told me, partners are for the dance floor, not for business. And that was my first time ever partnering with someone. And I listened to my granddaddy. I told you, partners are for the dance floor.
Wow.
Yeah, he got me.
But
you know how I look at it? That's money. It can be replaced. And we packed up our bags and what? Found another home. Somebody had the hand raised.
Well, I was going to ask you, said Trammell Crow was the one that our money. He was your client.
He's buying some land. And he had his money in escrow. The man ran off with all our money. So he did. The guy did.
Oh, not Trammell Crow. Oh, I can say that we're going to be. Might go talk to
Trammell Crow was my client. Trammell Crow was my client. He was purchasing a home from another client. I'm sorry, land from another rich person. We had two rich people.
Okay.
They had a couple $100,000 escrow. We look up, all of us missing money.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Be careful who you align yourself with. Good talker. Gotta be. I thought I was good at identifying stuff like that.
They don't care how smart you are.
Yeah, they don't care. They don't try you because they don't have a good heart. They just bad people. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay?
And they know how to talk to you.
Oh man, you got me.
They know how to talk to you.
So eyes, you wanna look for opportunities. Remember I said you wanna go out, keep your eyes open, daycare. If you're at school picking up a niece or whatever, have some flyers passing. I didn't have a daycare. Looking for opportunity wherever you go. It's not a 9 to 5. It's a 247. The next one is heart. You have to have full of passion and desire. You gotta have a why. That why is what's gonna get you out of bed in that morning, or put you in the bed at night. Sound crazy, but to get you out of bed is, let me get up, man. I know my son graduating, and I want to get him this car when he graduates, or I need his college tuition paid for, so I gotta get up. Or staying up late. Let me get the rest I need. My body ain't feeling right. Let me take my butt to bed so my brain won't be having brain fog tomorrow. Because I have a lot on my schedule, a lot of things I need to take care of, and I can't afford to be in this meeting forgetting things because of lack of sleep. Does that make sense? So there's several things you have to think about. It's very rewarding, but you eat what you kill. Anybody know what I mean by that? You eat what you kill. We say that a lot in real estate. Okay, so now we're gonna jump into the actual education. We didn't preach, you ready? I'm gonna keep preaching, y'all know me. I'm always talking still. Shoes are not like it. I'll be a real, would it be too ghetto for me to take my shoes off?
No, girl.
Because I keep flip-flops not working for me.
No, you at home now.
Okay, so the first thing you want to think about is your company name. Okay? There's a website I'm gonna have you go to identify if your name is available. I told you I'm giving away the jewels. Or gems. I like diamonds, so I'm gonna say diamonds. My baby mom's pearls, but So you want to check your company name. For example, coming back to you, we're going to use you as our trial for today. What do you desire your daycare's name to be?
We already looked into it.
Remember! You gotta have a why.
I do have a why.
You gotta be on that brain. If it's not coming off the tip of your tongue, then that's not the name. Because it will resonate with you. You wouldn't be able to sleep. You'll start seeing signs. There you go, baby, I want the name of Empire. It'll come to you. If it's not, then that's not the name for you. Anybody else want to try a name? Who want to open a company? You know, a nonprofit, Ruth Angel's Place. Ruth Angel's Place. Can you go to the internet? Well, if you click on that link, it's going to take you to the internet. When you decide your company's name, you need to go to, everybody know the comptroller's office is?
Yep.
You need to see if the name is available. Then open up. I'll give you some time. You need to see if the name is available. If it won't open up, you can just type in Google. If it doesn't open, type in Texas Corporation Search, and I'll tell you which one to click on. You can see it. Here.
Can you change the name free once you already have one?
Yes, you can. I think it's like $150, an amendment that you're going to send to SOS, which is Secretary of State. Yes, that first one. So you're going to go, if you do what she just did, you're going to type in Texas Corporation Search. You're going to go to that first website that started off with CPA, and you're going to type in the name to see if the name is available. These are just for the state of Texas. That means you're going to see if your company name is registered with someone else already. If it is, you need to find another name. You cannot have the same name as someone else in the state of Texas. So, Truvillion Realty Group, no one else can have that name in the state of Texas. Whether it's franchise, patent, or not. In the state of Texas, only one LLC can have a name. The same name. Got it? So let's type in, what's the name again, honey?
Ruth Angel's Place.
Ruth Angel's Place. Actually, you can just type in Ruth, R-U-T-H, Angels, put a space with an S, Angels. Mm-hmm. Angel's Place. Okay, click on I'm Not a Robot. And then hit search. What does it say at the very, very top? Business name, Ruth Angel's Place, not found. So what does that mean? It's available. That's the first thing you need to do. Check and see if the name for your business is available before you start going down this rabbit hole, buying shirts, and put the horse, the carriage before the horse.
The cart before the horse.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Carriage.
Yeah. You just bleed yours out.
I can tell my stuff is not scripted. I can be real with y'all.
Is that only for LLCs?
Yeah, it's for any incorporation, whether incorporation, any nonprofits, everything. For the state of Texas, you're going to go to this website. That's the first thing I want you to do. Check your name availability. If it's taken, find another one.
So if I've gone down to register.
Right.
That's separate from this. Where did you go to register?
The records office?
Records
Yeah.
So is that DBA?
Yeah.
Yes.
A DBA stands for doing business as. That's just you doing business as you with your social security number. No tax write-offs. Liability falls on you. I highly, highly recommend an LLC. If you're going to be out here conducting business openly, you're opening yourself up, meaning her home is subject to lawsuits, your car, anything you own, your investments. When they sue you, they're coming after everything you have instead of suing your corporation.
You don't have to go down there for LLC. Oh, sorry.
To include your real estate as well, free?
You say what?
To include, so I'm a realtor. I do have an LLC, but I don't know a lot about it. So being a realtor, are you saying our business should be an LLC?
Realtors are a little different. Realtors are a little different because you are a general agent, meaning you're working for your broker. You're not the company. Unless you are a broker, realtors will get paid in their personal name. The only way a realtor can get paid in the LLC is if you're a broker. You could be a broker under another broker, which is called a broker associate. You can still get paid, but you have to have an LLC, and you must be the designated broker of that LLC in order for a realtor to actually get paid through an LLC. Designated broker? That's the broker who represents the company. Like Truvillion Realty Group, it's a company, right? It has to have me as the broker for the company to function. You got it? So for realtors, one more time, because I know you got a lot of people out here teaching courses, and I hate to say it, I'm saying this on the live, they give you inadequate information. Not everyone is capable to teach everything. And you see a lot of people on panels and podcasts, and they don't have the credentials, nor the experience to be educating some of our people. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because it irritates me when I see them telling the wrong stuff, but I can't say anything about it, so I'm a little more professional than that. So when you become a broker, what would your LLC be?
Well, Rise Acquisitions.
Rise Acquisitions LLC. You're going to submit an application to Trek, but you're going to have to go take the broker status and become a broker. Then they're going to ask you, okay, Rise Acquisitions, we're going to provide this company with a Trek number, but you need a human being to be the designated broker, and it will be you. Then what you'll do, you decide to stay with your firm, Rise Acquisitions will become a broker associate under them. They can cut the checks directly to your LLC. Only if you're a broker. That's through TREC. For those of you that don't know, TREC stands for Texas Real Estate Commission. I'm a broker and I actually teach courses for Texas Real Estate Commission. So we teach real estate and financial literacy across the board. So that'd be a whole nother topic if they want to become a realtor. So any questions on how to see if your name is available? Anybody want to try a name while we got it up there?
I'm already with there because, like I said, I did the DBA, but I didn't go from there.
Let's put your name in there. You want to try it? Is it available?
It's still available.
You better grab it. Give me some. She said, you went to get LLC. A DBA, I'm sorry, is doing business as. You go down to the counties, you just gonna fill it's about $25, $30 for an application. Boom, they give you that, and she's gonna say her name, DBA, and then the company name. That is not as good as a piece of paper is written on. You agree? You need to have something to protect you, another shield of protection, because we're living in a litigious society, and they will file a lawsuit, even if they're not wrong. And you know what's gonna happen? I have to spend money to go get a lawyer to prove that I haven't done anything wrong, which is a headache. Got it? When you become an entrepreneur, they're coming after you. Because they think we have a lot of money. They really do. And even if you do have it, if you structure everything properly, they can't get it. Such as a trust. Let's come out of bulletproof vest. Okay, we can go back to the PowerPoint. So once you see that name is available, then you go and get your URL. Can you go to GoDaddy.com? URL, GoDaddy, GoDaddy.com. Then you're going to say, okay, I want to make sure my name matches my URL is the www.com. That's what that is. Sometimes they'll be like, what is URL? Your website name. You need to make sure that's available. So just up there it says type in domain you want, type in Ruth Angel's Place. And they're going to tell you if the website is available. The reason why you want to make sure the website and the company name is aligned so people can easily find you. I'm very, very big on that. And if my names aren't available, you know what happened? I start changing everything. If that website is available, I'm like, we got to do something. Can I put a TX in there or something so it can align with what I'm selling? I don't want to say, is it coming up? Is it thinking? Yeah. Hit the back button and try it again. What I don't want is to say, okay, yeah, I'm a realtor, Truvillion Realty Group. They say, what's your website? TX Truvillion ABC 123. They're like, what the heck? You want everything to be in sync so they can easily find you. Because it could just be a strict conversation. Hey, I'm a realtor, what's your name? That's me. All I need to know person name. I'm gonna go and hashtag and find them. You got it? Sheila Hills, they gonna put that in, her website and everything will come up. Capri Truvillion, Google me. Everything's gonna match. Truvillion Academy for all social media. FLEA, that name wasn't available, so I put DFWFLEA.org. Because I'm in the DFW. That's the closest I can get because I wasn't changing nonprofit. Yes, ma'am? Did it come up?
Yeah, it came up.
So,
.com. You know when we did it?
try scroll down because she needs a .org. There you go. RuthAngelsPlace.org. Hers will be a nonprofit, so her names are available. Her LLC name is available. Her website is available. She's on a good start. Do you agree? Social media is easy because you can have 20 of the same names on Facebook. They're not that strict. They're not gonna let just one name. So those are the most important. The LLC name and your URL name. They need to be in sync. Want to add to that?
No, you do.
Okay. We can go back to the PowerPoint now. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
You're a realtor, but you're not. You're an investor. Like you're wanting to invest, but you're not. You're trying to get your LLC as an investor.
So it sounds like you want to have a separate investment company outside of you being a realtor. Is that correct?
Yes.
Then you have to do the exact same thing.
But that's not my.
I will separate it from me being a realtor.
That's what the Rise acquisition is for.
Yes.
That's
Keep
right.
everything under that.
Okay.
Yeah. Several businesses, they all need to be separate. All of my companies have separate LLCs. Let me explain to you why. I met a young man, I can't remember, I think I was at Charlemagne's office one day, and I was talking to him, and I heard him say when I was teaching a class that all his companies under the same LLC. Struck a nerve, but I didn't want to put him on blast in front of everyone else. So after class, I said, I'm just curious, is there a reason why all of your companies are under the one LLC? Well, yeah, protect it, so what difference does it make? I said, well, let me give you an example. If you went out here right now and you hit Joe Schmuck in the back of the car, and he died, what's that called? Vehicular manslaughter? Involuntary manslaughter, something like that. You're going to be sued, correct? Yeah. They're going to sue your LLC, which has 4 different companies in there. You're running 4 companies in some kind of enterprise. Joe Schmuck Enterprise. You say what? He will get all of it because it's all running an enterprise. So he's doing 4 different things, but it's under Joe Schmuck Enterprise, LLC. Does that make sense? So when he thought about it, he was like, well, how should I do it? That let me know he believed in what I was saying. And I said, so you're doing investments, you have insurance, it's like an Allstate company or something, and you have an insurance company. Tomorrow you can go separate those. I don't even put my own car in my company name. I just use that as a tax write-off because if I go and sue, if I hit someone, they're suing whoever owns that car. Think about it. I'm more liable to get in trouble driving, right? Than me personally doing something. I don't want my car in my LLC. I just write it off. That's what CPAs are good for. They ask you, do you want to write off for maintenance or do you want to write off for... You see what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. We don't have our... She teaches that class. But does that make sense what I just said? Separated. Realtor, separated. Investment company, separated.
I was gonna say something. I'm sorry.
So what about like when you have like a parent company and then you have a parent company and then you have LLC
Subsidiary.
That's different because you're all working under the same jurisdiction for the same topic.
Like as an entrepreneur, so like if you have your enterprise, such enterprise, but then you have like companies underneath.
Let me give you an example. Closing Capri. That's a separate LLC. So what goes under that jurisdiction would be abstract, title, but not real estate. The only thing going under that would be something that's aligned with that particular product or service. I literally keep every entity with a NAS code separate. Notaries, Closing Capri, yeah.
They're all related.
All related. My academy, I would not do business under Truvillion Academy with Closing Capri because the academy is an educator. Closing Capri is title. Does it make sense? let's say I have to have insurance for all of these, but let's just say we had a building, and you guys say this is Truvillion Academy's building, and one of you guys slipped and fell, broke your hip. I said, I like it free, but I know your husband gonna say, I know you like it free as your girl, but you need to go file a claim and they need to pay you. I wouldn't take it personal because I would do it. If I was at somebody's place and I slipped and fell, lawsuit, you're gonna pay for my doctor bills or something, you're gonna compensate me. So you're only gonna sue for that particular LLC. The other ones you won't be able to touch. That makes sense? You wanna give me an idea of what were you thinking of as far as having subsidiaries?
So say like, okay, you have, trying to think of a really good.
You can give her an example.
So, okay, I'm just gonna make up a hypothetical company. So say you have, your overall is A and B, C financials, but you run a credit repair. But your credit repair is called Beautiful Credit.
Right there, you already got two different companies, because you've got two different names.
Right, so you have two different names, but you have the main EIN in.
Your next question should be, what are the products and services for these two different companies? Because the IRS is gonna ask you for a code. Each code identifies what you're selling.
You know that, so if you did it like that, so say like you have a credit repair, but then you also have a financial literacy, but they're all separate companies operating separately. So like you may say.
You just answered your own question. The key word was separate.
Okay.
You have different companies selling separate products or services. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yeah.
I'm looking at y'all to help me.
Yeah. Because the only reason why I say that is because somebody was telling me like you can have a parent company.
Probably one of the people that be on panels. I'm sorry.
So like you can have a parent company, like the parent company is the main company, but they have companies up underneath that.
Subsidiaries.
I'm trying to give an example like a big business, but like, you know, the big business, okay, let's just say like United Health. So United Health is like the parent company, but up underneath United Health, you got US Health. You got different companies that are up underneath the main company.
Those are called subsidiaries, but
Right.
generally they all fall under the same code. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
Close and Capri. Notary service. Close and Capri owns the title company. Right? Title company, we're required to have notaries on staff. Right? So when you buy and sell a property, you close at the title company. What if he want to do notary today for everybody? You're not selling a home, right? He can do it under his notary company, which is a subsidiary, because they're all under the same topic of service.
Yeah, she just needed an example.
Yeah, that's like,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
good.
no,
You did it right.
Yeah, exactly.
You did it.
Gotcha. So that will be a subsidiary. Now let me give you one that does not make sense. Close and Capri. And Johnny B. Cooks. He's a barber. That would not be a subsidiary of Close and Capri. Two different fields. Got it? Makes sense.
So like Coca-Cola, if y'all go to Coca-Cola, all their drinks are LLCs. Sprite, Fanta, Sonny Water. Those are all LLCs. They're not gonna let you take all their products.
Because they sue Coca-Cola.
Right. They're gonna take Coke. That's all. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm giving you some $1 million game. Huh? Oh, go ahead. Let him ask his question.
Okay, this is kind of like a two-layer question. So bear with me. But the first question is how many, I guess, categories are, like, how y'all saying, Close Capri is one type of company and. Okay.
You're smart. You're leading us into the next slide. This is what I'm saying.
And so, it's correct. And then the second part to the smart question is I want to be a therapist. Like, I want to go into social work within in a private practice. How?
You want to do LPC?
How? Okay.
Yeah. Well, he don't know those yet. That's licenses.
So I guess what are the categories and what category would I go into if I was to do that?
The first question is how many different structures are there? And that's right here, and it's in your packet. There are 5. I'm going to answer that one first. You have a sole proprietor, partnership, corporation, LLC, which stands for limited liability company, and last but not least, a cooperative. I'm not gonna go too deep into that one, that's like some big boy stuff, like a JV or something like that. Yeah, we're not gonna go too deep in it, but I'm gonna introduce it. That's like a day class. So, to answer your question, I would still recommend you do, it depends on if you have a partner, right? Because you're gonna be a therapist, so it's gonna be a firm. It could be a partnership with you and maybe another doctor or therapist, or it could just be an LLC. I highly recommend LLC. You have LLC, LLP, PLLC. I don't want to give you too much, but when you get into partnerships, limited liability partnership, right? Those are more attorney, PLLC, things of that nature. But for us, we're just going to highlight just the basics. So there's 4 for you, just put on their nonprofit, okay? And what was your next question again? I have a bad memory, you guys.
Oh yeah, we all do when we get older.
Okay. So a sole proprietorship, that's you. Joe Schmuck by himself. It's like a DBA almost, what it is. You get Social Security number. I do not recommend sole proprietorships. You still have no protection. Get to it. I know she knows this. The next one, a partnership. 2 or more people. Right? And for the purpose of today, an LLC. Can you have an LLC with 1 person?
Sure can.
Yes. Right? Come on, your own person. You can just open it by yourself with no partners. And my granddaddy said partners are for advanced law. I've always had partners. I mean, LLCs by myself because I, got this man over here. He's my partner now. Any questions on those structures? You sure? What we're going for today? LLC. Okay. The next one is. Did you guys want to? Oh, you had a question.
No, you good.
Did I answer?
You did.
Okay. Let's go over what they are. We're gonna go a little deeper. Okay. We're going from left to right. Sole proprietorship. What did I say? 1 person, right? This is a visual. For those of you that are visual learners, kinesthetic learners, you're gonna love me because I show what I say. I don't just lecture. Are you laughing at me?
No.
Yeah, I'm truly a teacher, but because I'm certified. No, I'm not saying any of y'all special ed, but I am special ed certified. So when I watch the room, I'm looking for people that look a little perplexed. So I want to make sure you get it. And if I see that you don't get it, I'm trying to find another way to explain it. It's called differentiated instruction. Okay, so our pedagogy is there. So here you go. So you have 1, and as you can see, the liability is unlimited. That's why I say no. Taxes, you have to pay them because you're going off of that Social Security number, right? Any write-offs? If you make $100,000, whatever tax bracket you're in, you're going to pay taxes on that. Yes, no write-offs. Except the basic ones that they give you. What is that for your, just our county person back here? What is it when they adjust the income automatically? When you're married, you get a tax break. What do they call it again? Standard Act. See, I let my CPA do everything out. He good. But you're going to automatically get some deductions from the IRS, right? But you need more. That's why you want to get incorporated. So here you go, partnerships. 2 or more people. Unlimited personal liability unless structured as a limited partnership. Self-employment tax and personal tax. 2 different taxes, right? Uncle Sam. Love my him. LLC. 1 or more people. Owners are not personally liable. Love it. It's limited though. Not 100%. That's why it's called limited liability. So you have to be very careful. It's called piercing the corporate veil. You have to be very careful. You ever heard of gray areas? Like you get so close, now you're going to go to jail? Versus just getting an ankle monitor? Yeah, you don't want to pierce that corporate veil. My bad, I'm getting a little too loose. Okay. So you want to be careful how you do things, okay? You have to be very ethical. Corporations, C and B Corp, those are more for the, I call them big boys. All right? When you have a corporation, you guys ever seen INC on the end of your thing? And corporation, those are more so, I call them the big boys, because when you have a C Corp and S Corp, I'm going too fast, I'm about to do the next slide, but when you have a S Corp or a C Corp, there's a big difference. Look at that corporation right here. What does it say? See where it says S Corp? Any math people in here? Is that greater than or less than? I'm trying to see.
Greater than.
Oh Lord, where's Christmas?
Less than
Well, I'm gonna get my house on a t-shirt. That's less than. Let me put my clipper down.
I guess I'm in
When the alligator, y'all teach that? When the alligator is eating it, that means greater than. If not, you read from left to right, right?
Right.
So on the left hand side, is the alligator eating it? So it's less than. It's not eating it. So that means you need to have less than 100 shares. I'll show you what that means. So I'll teach a little bit of math today because I thought I got rid of math.
I did.
Or algebra.
Algebra.
Okay, so what that means is I've heard people say, I want to get an escort. I don't want an LLC, I want to get an escort. I said, well, who told you that? Where did you get that language from? They went to a seminar. What's a seminar? Wealth bosses? Wealth ladies?
They only get it from social media.
Don't listen to that stuff. I don't care. They listening because we have credentials. Do not listen to everybody. Do your due diligence. You do not have to go to college to be smart. There's a lot of educated fools. Okay? But they need to have some experience in whatever they're trying to share with you. And my advice is if they've never been where you're trying to go, don't listen to them. Give me somewhere they've never been. Go ahead.
So y'all know Dave Ramsey, right?
Yes, that's my go-to.
Dave Ramsey would tell you don't get an LLC. He said if you don't have the money in the bank, then you don't have nothing to sue you for. So don't get an LLC. But you got to protect yourself. Because when you get the money, if you're not covered, you know.
Because if you're making money, that means you're doing something.
You're doing something.
You're exposed. You got it? So again, right now, if you're not really actively making money, you don't need to rush and get the LLC. Take that little money and pour into it. Does that make sense?
Can they, I guess, register yourself, then re-register yourself as an LLC?
I wouldn't. You just wasting money.
Okay.
Because what's the sense of going to register as a DBA? It's still you.
I got you.
I would rather just get my social media page.
But everybody not educated right now.
Yeah.
So some people already might have a business, be a sole proprietor. So my thing is, can they go back and do an LLC?
If you're a sole proprietor, you've never done an LLC. You.
Okay.
So if you want to do an LLC, yes. And someone asked earlier if you could change the name. Yes, as well. You can change anything. You can change the members, the name. But I recommend, money is tight. You have to be smart. Limited liability corporation. It's like your protection, your shield. Outside of God, he putting a shield around you. It's a company and it's a shield. Like say for instance, you stand up. I'm gonna get you stand up. You stand right here. You stand in front of him. What's your name?
Stand in front of me.
Javon, right my hand.
You pull your wallet out, Pastor.
That's what
I'm showing. I'm showing.
Come here. You come here. Pull me.
It don't matter.
Pull you out. Tell her his birthday. She trying to get your money.
Pull your wallet.
No.
Wait a minute.
No. You see what we doing? We're protecting him. We his LLC.
Don't give it to him.
Oh, he's like, yeah. So we're his protecting shield, except for IRS. You got it?
Right.
So we're going to protect you if someone tries to sue you. And then we're going to help lower your tax bracket. Because when you make all that money, you're going to say, I don't want to give it all to the IRS. So we're going to say, let's write off a portion of your home.
So, Pastor, everything in that circle is your house?
Yeah, everything. We protect
Everything that I own.
Yeah.
We protect
Your cars?
bank account, everything.
But you said IRS would still have.
You gotta still pay the IRS taxes, but you're gonna limit the amount. That makes sense?
Yeah. You got to do it right.
Yeah.
Truck drivers get sued all the time.
Yes, y'all do. Yeah. I wouldn't be We're gonna let the tax people do taxes. Remember, I bring experts in here, so even though we know it, we don't want to give advice on it.
You're right.
Now, Angie, if you want to highlight her, because she does taxes.
I want to say, if you're going to have an LLC, that you need to make sure that you keep accurate records if you want to avoid tax liabilities.
Yes. Give us an example of accurate records.
Well, I don't promote QuickBooks. That's one of, yeah, I'm a QuickBooks Pro certified, but it, allows you to download all of your transactions from the bank. In there, you, categorize them and give you a profit and loss, trial balance, and give you all of the financial statements that you would need to be able to go and get a loan from a bank or to, protect yourself in the event of an audit from the IRS. It just has everything organized for you.
And she's gonna be here when we teach that class. Yeah, I can give it to you. So there's different layers of protection, but today we're not going to discuss like money protection because I don't want to overstep my boundaries and I don't want any of us getting sued.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, well, they told me, and they come back and show the recording, and we don't have nothing to stand on. But my stuff in the LLC will be protected, right? But, where was I again? Oh, this is another visual for you, the difference between a S Corp and a C Corp. These are classifications. So let me give you an example. When you do form your LLC, it's a little simple process. They're going to ask you a series of questions, name, phone number, basic stuff. Who are the owners going to be? What is their name? What is their percentages? And what is their addresses? Basic stuff. Okay, then they're going to go get the EIN. They're going to do the same thing, ask you the same questions. Boom, you're ready. The IRS is going to send you a letter next. It's going to ask you, how do you want to classify your company? It's going to be a separate document that comes. Do not throw out anything if it comes from the comptroller or IRS. I can't remember. IRS. And they're going to send you a letter, and you're going to have to identify your classification, whether it's S Corp or C Corp. S Corp is for individuals that are opening a company. They're planning on having less than 100 members or shares. That's for the small businesses. Okay? Any questions on that before I jump? Keep going.
That's the S Corp, right? You said S Corp.
S Corp?
Yeah. S for small.
Say it again.
That's an S for small.
Yes, I'm still in that. S is for small.
So when you say 100 shares, does that mean like 100 employees?
Pull it out. Shares is like if you go to Walmart right now and you go and buy shares in the company, you got a piece of it. So that's proof that you own a percentage of the company. Pull it out. For example, if Johnny B, if somebody in here was ethical, well, I wouldn't let him do it anyway, but somebody who was ethical had a bunch of money and said, we want a piece of Johnny B cuts, he would actually give you the certificate and he'll fill it out, put the seal on there, and now you have documentation approved after sign some other paperwork. This is your documentation approved. You have a percentage of ownership in his company.
So I can buy something Johnny B cut.
Uh-oh, I done started a problem.
Yes, you can.
Sorry, honey. Yes. Well, I hope I don't have to say that, because for me, I'm not going to do anything for free. But yes, in exchange for compensation, monetary compensation, you're going to buy into it. Yes, ma'am.
She said, will you repeat that? She didn't understand. She didn't.
Which part?
I didn't hear what she said.
Oh, her? Oh, she was saying that he's not giving away free. It's in exchange for money. And I said, well, if anybody don't need it, it's going to have to be for money.
So, fun fact, I was watching the creation of Essence, and in the beginning, that's what they did. They they couldn't pay them, so they gave them shares. So now the people that was on the lower ground of it are now millionaires because they got shares instead of paying them.
Some people call them stock options. As like if you work for a particular company, EXP, they give y'all stock options. Am I correct? EXP does. I was with them at one point in time. Major corporations do that as well. When you're with them, some of them have thresholds where you have to meet certain number of years or whatever, but instead of paying you money, they give you stock options, which is a small piece of ownership of the company. That's when I say, well, you must have some stock options.
It was back in the day when I used to work for Chase.
Okay.
And Chase would give their employees stock in the company. And then once it was back a certain level of stock for 5 days consistently, then it gave you the ability to sell it off if you wanted to, or some people would, in turn, they would save it, and then in turn, if they did sell a portion of it, then reinvest it back into it.
Yeah, and that's what I did for EXP. When y'all went up to, I think it was like $150, I sold a portion of it. I got like $13,000, but I kept some of it because I know it's a growing company. So, well, I'm not a partner, but if you have a heck of an idea, daycare, You have a heck of an idea. You're just smart. You know everything. You have relationships. But however, she's lacking financing. What if I said, well, I got a guy. Yes, he kind of born into a lot of money. I'm gonna introduce you to him because he's looking for a company to invest in. Those are called angel investors. They have several names for them. But she can get with an investor, share her idea, her vision, her business plan, her projections, and if Joe Schmuck say, I like it, and he believe in her, he gonna say, you know what, I need a percentage though.
That's like Shark Tank.
Yes.
Yeah, just like Shark Tank. I'm gonna give you $200,000 to make this happen, but I'm gonna need a percentage of the company. And he's gonna give her the money after he signs the contracts and things of that nature, and then she's gonna give him shares. Does that make more sense? You don't think about that when you're starting out because you probably never thought that you would be that big for someone who want to pour into your company. Always think big. You never know what God has in store for you. Yes, ma'am.
I was gonna say, that's when I get home, people are working there part-time, and anytime you get an award, they give you shares. Like if the award is 25, they give you 25, I'm saying, so the more rewards you get, the more home rewards you get, the more stock that you have.
Now that's good. You need to get some stock in there.
Yes.
Let me know if you want to sit on some of those shares. I'm just saying. So S corp. Listen, one more thing I want to share with you. Taxes. When it comes to, correct me if I missed something. You have a C corp and an S corp. S corp. I love S corps because it's something called double taxation. Is what I'm avoiding. I'm avoiding paying taxes twice. What I mean by that, I keep saying Uncle Sam, right? What I mean by that is, it's called pass-through. You ever heard mom was passing through your neighborhood? You ever heard somebody say that? So that means you just was driving straight through, right? Why you didn't stop? Oh, girl, I was in a rush. You just passed through. So that's how my money is going to work. It's going to pass through from the LLC to Capri with no taxes. Is that a good explanation?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to pass straight through, which means, as opposed to C Corp, the company gets taxed, then the shareholders get taxed. That's called double taxation. They make a lot of money because remember, C Corp is for the bigger companies with more than 100 shares and things of that nature, right? So they have no choice but to file a C Corp when they're so large. But for us little babies, it makes sense. And some people, I want a C Corp. That's fine. If someone told you to get a C Corp, you can get that. And then they'll come back and complain about taxes.
Right.
But I'm telling you right now, if we make $100,000 in, let's say Johnny B. Cuts, he made $100,000 in 2023. They're going to look at the owners. Okay, first the CPA is going to go do all the adjustments, write off all of his expenses. I'm not going to go into detail of that, that's another class. He's going to write off all the expenses and say, okay, Johnny, after all your expenses, now your adjusted gross income, I'm looking at her, so I want to make sure I use the right terms. Now your AGI, your adjusted gross income, is $75,000, which means he wrote off $25,000. Hold on, let me say, he donated $5,000 to FLEA. We never know get with that. So now, how much is he writing off? What's his adjusted? 25, 70. So he needs to pay taxes on $70,000. So is the company going to pay it? No. They're going to say, well, who are your owners? Right? Then they're going to say, okay, well, if it's just you, Jeremy B, then this is going to pass through, and he's going to pay taxes. If it's Johnny B and Jack and Chris, then it'll be divided up amongst based on their percentage of ownership. So if he owns 10%, 10% of that money is going to go to him to pay taxes on, and vice versa. That's right.
That's why you don't want a high percentage either.
Any questions on that? So LLC has major benefits. One, it protects you from liability, and you avoid double taxation. That's the main thing. Yes, ma'am.
LLC, I guess I got a little confused. Not about the LLC, but then you mentioned the S corp with the double taxation. No double taxation. Is the LLC part of?
The LLC this is the classification of your company. For example, you're a realtor. Are you a commercial realtor or a residential realtor? Your classification is residential. Make sense? So you have the company, but how is it gonna be classified and how is it gonna be taxed? That's what the IRS is gonna ask you. Pardon me? Yes, ma'am. As long as it's not accounting, because we're gonna say that for the next time.
I was just gonna say that when you have an LLC, becoming an S corp is an election. You're choosing to become an S corp.
Wow.
That's when they send you in the mail.
Well, you can actually do it one of two ways. You can fill out a 2553 form and request it, or you can file it as an original return the first time. And it like,
I keep some smart people around me. She teach our tax course for realtors though. Yeah, so I'm gonna have her teach. Yeah, you missed that one. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
So I know it's $300 to obtain an LLC. What would be your best way? Because sometimes even when you have a company, you just don't automatically always have that financing to just up and get an LLC.
That's where I think Jack, wasn't that what you were saying? You don't have the money?
Yeah.
What would you recommend she do? Sell some more products?
Yeah, you just gotta get your hustle on.
Is that a song?
Cut grass, do it, whatever you gotta do.
Get your roll on.
Oh, okay. I just heard that. Was that babies?
I knew the answer. I ain't gonna say
Okay. I like it. Go ahead.
And one thing I'd like to add to that we have to do, which is that money is a learned behavior. The only reason I went into finance was because I read a paper in high school, and I was like, how does this guy make money while he sleep? So that's when we have to realize that we have to filter it down to our children. So when I say it's a learned behavior, it starts by you first paying yourself. Paying God, paying yourself. As a kid, you pay yourself. What does that mean? If you make $10, save $2. And people don't realize, I think the way our mind thinks is this. We think that we get into 100,000 by saving 10,000. No, you gotta first get to 500. So pay yourself first. If you start at $25, it becomes a habit. $50. We're trying to get you that $300, by the way, because I've been there before. So the thing is, when you get a habit of taking it and not seeing the money, and you look at the end of the year, you got $5,000 in the bank. Like my granddad used to say, if you have 100,000 and you don't put it in the bank, you're gonna pay any interest on it. How much money do you have? You got 100,000. So either way it goes, you're better than where you were. So just remember, always become a habit of growing your own wealth for yourself, and that's by paying yourself. Take something away. I know we all go out to eat. I don't know. I did bookkeeping because I'm a banking by trade. And when I would talk to people, I said the first thing, let's just see how much money you spend a month in eating out every day. So, and I'm trying to get you this 300. I'm still working on this 300. I'm getting on this 300. So if you think if you stop eating out 3 times a week, and everything's about $15 to $20. So if you look at $60 a week times 4, that's $240. $240 times 12. You see what I'm saying? But see, our minds don't think that way. We always want that big piece, but we don't look at the little piece first. So I say that just say make a habit of it as an entrepreneur going into anything. Pay yourself. You know, put something away that you're not going to touch. Because you'll see in the long run when it builds up, and you're like, wow, I remember when I had $60. Now I got 500, now I got 1,000. But it starts with us. It has to become a habit.
How do you
I think that was our first course.
Like, how do you select when you're doing your due diligence? How do you know like which bank would be a good bank to?
Which bank?
Financial institution. I shouldn't say bank, but like financial institution.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you. I started in a large bank. I came out of college, commercial officer, and I started in Nations Bank, Bank of America. And then I got introduced to credit unions.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why, because you build a relationship, and even with smaller banks, they know who you are. Right now, it's all automated. It's all automated. When you don't know, when I was in banking, I mean, thank the Lord. I mean, it was my call.
Let's cover that when we get to that topic.
Yeah, in banking, finance has always been a part of me, so I build relationships with people. I would do things that other bankers wouldn't do. I would go to the birthday parties. I would go to the meetings, and I would be the only other, well, that's your banker. You know, but what happens is I'm building clientele because they see that I'm a people's person. And that's one thing about it. You want to go to someone that knows who you are, that you can build a personal relationship, because with large banks right now, there's no, and I know we're taking this, but
That's
with
fine,
large,
let me tell the truth.
with large banks, the relationships, I'm gonna put it this way, are lost. Because a lot of their responsibilities are totally different now than when it was in the 90s when I was a bank. So find someone that knows you, knows who you are, and knows what your vision is, and you continue to talk to them so they can help grow you. That way they know who you are and where you're going. That's right.
And I just want to spin off what he said. What he said, she's practicing. She's here. She doesn't have to be here. She's not just here to watch me, because she's a part of, well, they don't know, let's say name right, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. So she's seen me in action. We kind of cross each other's paths, but she's here to pour into FLEA in the church ministry, right? I couldn't get somebody from Chase to come. You know what they would say? Well, we don't work weekends. This is Saturday, and she's here from Frost Bank. She's trying to, what you're supposed to do is cultivate a relationship with people before you, I don't want to say jump in bed, but not literally, but before you get involved with them, you got to get to know them first. My granddad used to always say, you just don't deal with everybody. You got to check that Negro out. Check his family out. See where he come from. How was he raised? See if y'all equally yoked. He might be fine driving his Mercedes, but what's his brain and his heart like? So that's why she's here, to check me out. I could have just been running game. If she wanted to see, let me see if she's really doing it. Let me see if they're professional. Right? Let me see if people really here. Because if we give her money, she might own them all. You get where I'm coming from? So she's doing exactly what he said. She's getting to know us. Where she could pick up the phone and call Pastor and say, Pastor, we have a program that just came through our desk for churches.
Yes.
You get where I'm coming from? So what he said is what she's doing. I just want you guys to see that. He's 200% right. He's lived it. You know what I'm saying? And you can see it in motion. It's different than somebody telling you something than you seeing it yourself. Did you want to see it?
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, you're building that relationship so that you're not just another number. So that when you do have an issue, whether that's opening your first checking account or you're ready to get that loan to jumpstart your business, you have somebody who can advocate to the underwriters on your behalf. If we don't know you and we haven't already started that relationship, when you walk in and you ask for that $20,000 or $50,000 startup fund, you know, we don't know anything about you or your business or your vision, but if we've created that relationship, we can advocate on your behalf.
Yeah. She may say, you know what, I know her personally when she's in that meeting. When she's pitching, they go, oh, we don't know about this capricious. Well, I know her personally. I went on site, I saw her emotion, everything she said is accurate. And well, I do have this, I'm just creating a scenario. But she doesn't have any social media. She's new. Who is she? Where'd she come from? She said, I've done my due diligence on her. She knows me personally. So therefore, she works there, and I trust her. Because if she's in that meeting and at that table, they trust her. Because everyone's not going to be able to sit at the table to make decisions. Right. You know, everybody can't have a seat at the table. So that means she can be a true advocate for Capri. And if Capri is lacking something, she can tell me, Capri, this is what I need you to do. They're reluctant because. So go back and modify your business plan, put some more stats in there, and tell me what to do so she can present it again and make it happen. So we propose that you guys invest put your money into smaller banks or credit unions. Thank you, honey. Y'all jumped on that.
Your CPA.
Money we're gonna keep for the second. Y'all, I can't get to the LLC. Y'all want money.
And we need to make sure that we don't just do it for ourselves, but we have to start our children out young with those relationships, because as they grow, it's going to benefit them when they get older.
Y'all have kids that can understand what I'm saying? Send them here. They don't have to be adults, high school students, college students. They're about to be introduced to the real world where mama and daddy is not going to be coddling them. When they go off to college, they have to learn how to budget. When they go off to college, they have to know if they're making decent, what shall I say, right or ethical decisions. Or what to do what to do and what to stay away from. Do not wait until it's too late. Pour into them now. Just like you pour into them, clean that room up, take that garbage out. Oh, Oh, y'all still make them cut the grass. But cut that grass, when last time y'all made them check on my finances? I know you did. Anybody got, raise your hand, you have a child that's older than like middle school, seniors? They should know the difference between a debit and a credit card.
Do y'all know how to build their credit right now if they even 10 years old?
See, they should be here, because my son, he was on every car I had and every home I
And
had.
how many of y'all got credit cards? That's how you do it.
Yeah.
You make them
Y'all
additional
still on the money.
card users.
Hold on.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
No more money questions, because we about to have 2 classes. Yeah, man, we trying to get out of here at 4. We gotta go. We ain't gonna go home. We gotta get out of here at 4. No more money questions. We're gonna say that for the financing class. We got it coming. Business credit or something. What I call it? Business financing.
Yeah, I do apologize.
Yeah, let's stick to the topic at hand, because y'all know my issue is if you ask a question, I'm gonna grab right with you. I'm gonna talk.
It's really good. I thank Capri for putting this on.
When I look at my husband, he give me that look. That's how I know. Shut up. You talking too much. Talking down. We got a non-verbal communication over here because he get around me enough. And if my class is you, I go down that rabbit hole, won't come back. I should be talking about a contract. I'm talking about something different because I love what I do. It's so easy. Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in it, but I want to get us out, and I'll make sure we cover everything that you're scheduled to cover today. Okay, so no double taxation, liability, you good on that? I went over that S corporation, IRS designation for your corporation's pass-through income. That's the technical definition for it. So I just gave it to you in layman's terms.
Good question.
Is it about finance?
No, it is about S4.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Let me give you the mic so that internet can hear you.
I always get confused on when you transfer from LLC to S Corp or just start out at S Corp. And you said less than 100 shares, so does that mean it has to be publicly traded and or just you will designate, like if there's 100 shares you're starting with and you add 3 people and maybe 25, you give it 25% discount in the short term situation.
Okay.
How do I choose?
Okay, well the first, help me, because I want to make sure I remember all her questions. Because she hit me like, I don't say Mayweather. What's the guy that Spence?
They don't sort.
She hit me like that guy did. I'm just playing. Okay.
Hit you with a
We have a
compliment.
lot of DeSoto people here. You're gonna beat me up. Okay, first question. You don't transfer. So the answer to it is your LLC. You pick whether you want to be S Corp or C Corp. So you pick S Corp. Now what was your second question?
Yeah, I just want to know, how do I know to choose S Corp versus an LLC?
See, she like me, I'm trying to
You're
figure out.
confusing it. Okay, you're a realtor, right? You have one real estate license, that's your LLC. Are you a commercial realtor or a residential realtor? Which one? Residential. So, me asking you that question, your LLC is you as a realtor, period, right? Then you finish. You a realtor, period. That's your LLC. Then you're gonna pick whether you are residential or commercial. S Corp, C Corp. Only you're gonna know how big you want your company to be. That's on you. Now, can you switch? Yes. If you see, hey, this thing's blowing up a little faster than I thought, then your CPA, your attorney is gonna help you change your designation. Did I get it? Always remember, you have the starting point. Just like a doctor. You're a doctor. What kind of doctor? That's how you're gonna decide. Are you a pediatrician? You mean another type of doctor. Or ophthalmologist or something. I don't know. Just call out stuff. A lawyer. Hold on. You're a lawyer. Right? What kind of lawyer? Real estate attorney? I should have said attorney. I mean lawyer. An attorney is a difference. I just like that issue too. So you're a criminal attorney or a real estate attorney? C Corp, S Corp. Your classifications. Which bucket you gonna fall in? Question.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all covered this, I have my screen, but when do you know that you need to go to me and have it?
Her question is, how do you know when you need to form an LLC?
Off the jump. Yeah, off the top.
But what if you don't know that? What if you already-
That's why you're here. You don't know before you leave.
If you already started your business, you've been in business, I'm just gonna take my salary.
How long have you been in business?
Close to 10 years.
10 years. What type of product or service do you sell?
I'm an event planner.
And you're working as a DBA or sole proprietor? Sole proprietor. For 10 years? Who does your taxes? Don't say their full name. Is it somebody's logo? Or is it like an H&R Block or an individual? Is it like a mom and pop or a CPA?
No, it's a mom.
Okay, that's the first issue. Okay, let me explain to you why. That's why I want you to say my name because I don't want to put them on blast. Your CPA should be giving you this advice. When you started filing your taxes, the first thing they should have told you was, you need to get an LLC and why. I'll be honest with you. That's their area of expertise. They're supposed to be guiding you on saving money from the IRS and helping you structure it, all right? So the only way you're going to know is what you desire. If you desire to protect yourself from liability, right? If you desire to save money from paying, what's his name, Uncle Sam, right? Those are the main two things. Let's just say you make $100,000 a year. You're paying taxes as an individual, and I'm sure your tax bracket is kind of high. So you're paying taxes, and you shouldn't have a lot of write-offs. You can't write off your home-based business, my car, we call it dry cleaning, health insurance. You have a lot of options when you are incorporated. It means you have more to write off. And when I say write off, meaning to deduct your taxable income. Got it? Did I answer your questions? So it's the desire of your heart. So you need to get an LLC. 10 years? Wow, that's a lot of money.
But that's why Miss CPA told you got to have all your stuff together.
Yeah.
You have to.
You need to have your documentation together because it's more than just saving money from the IRS. What if you want to go get funding? Yeah, if you want to get funding, you're going to have be incorporated. Some companies, if you want to get funding, you're going to have to show more than just your earnings of incorporation. You're going to need this stuff that's in this folder. All of it. You're going to have your minutes. What are minutes? Your meeting notes. You're supposed to meet once a year. You're going to have to show that. You're going to have your ledger, your minutes, your bylaws. What are bylaws? One person. The laws of the company tells you who has certain rights to do certain things. Let's just say you had a partner. Let's say, what's your name, Bianca? Nicole. That's easy now. Let's just say Nicole and I were in business together. But I have in my bylaws, only I can do acquisitions, right? Or what else? Just acquisitions. Or incur debt for the company. It's in my bylaws. I might trust her, but she's not good with money. Or making business decisions, but she might be a beast at, I don't know what kind of company we got, at marketing, or selling my t-shirts. But she's not good at everything else. That's where I come in at. I would not give her full autonomy to go and mess the company up. So the bylaws, what we do is, with the title company, I request the company bylaws. Just because your name is on this company, I don't mean you have the right to buy or sell this property. You can put limitations on there. For example, the guy give you a bunch of money for the daycare, Joe Schmuck, he might say, you know what? You already come, don't take offense, it's just a scenario. You already coming to me destitute. If you can't manage your own money right, I'm definitely gonna put you over mine. So I'm sure he's gonna have some restrictions in that bylaw. Don't ask that.
It's so like when you're going to get that money, they're going to say, what percentage of the company do you own? Mm-hmm. You can't say 100%.
That's a good question. Y'all leading right into her question was, who creates the bylaws? We're gonna go down this list, okay? For pertinent documents. You have a question? No. Oh, okay. What you saying? Oh, you can get one-on-one, so you can't say certain stuff. She already asked. Go ahead.
And one thing, I know this is a lot of information, but one thing with the LLC and the bylaws, they do have generic bylaws.
That's what I'm about to get into.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna say.
John D might want to stand up and down. See, they know it, right? But remember, I'm a visual.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to show them while you're talking. If you want to talk, we'll show them. Okay. All right, so we have on here articles of incorporation. Once you go and incorporate it with Secretary of State, they're going to, if you do it online, it can take about 2 days. Or by mail. Huh?
No, just talking.
Oh, okay. That's your articles of incorporation. Some of them call formation. Right? That's going to be given to you. That's saying, what's the name of your company going to be? You got to claim that. What's your last name? Johnson, I was gonna say Johnson & Johnson.
Johnson, say Johnson Counseling.
Johnson Counseling LLC, JC LLC, I like that. JC Therapy, or something like that. Counseling and therapy kind of redundant. Okay, Johnson Counseling, right? What was I doing? Oh, okay. So when he formed his company, when he formed Johnson Counseling, he's gonna get his articles of incorporation, and they're gonna state on there his name. They're gonna put the owners. So it's like on the bottom. The owners. It could be member managed or manager managed. Members or managers. That's another. We'll do that.
Managing members.
Managing members. There you go. So they're gonna have. Those are the people that own it. Fancy name. So you're gonna have your name and Capri. We're gonna be partners. And I say, I believe in your company. I need some counseling myself. I think it's really, really a good company. I think more African Americans should get therapy. So you know what? I really like your business plan. I want to pour into this with you because I'm not capable of doing it, but I want to help the community. So you know what? I'm gonna put $100,000 into your company for brick and mortar, licensing, and things of that nature, right? I say give me 50%. I probably say more than 50 if I'm putting a lot of money. To be honest with you, I'm just saying that for the purpose of today. So that means my name will be on the bottom there. So he's gonna get the articles of corporation. He's gonna have his name and my name. Then he has to create his bylaws. When he creates his bylaws, question that's going to answer your question. You create your bylaws. If you go to an attorney, they're going to charge you. I'm in church, so I can say what I really want to say. An arm and a leg. I'm going to show y'all how y'all make that deal. They're going to charge you an arm and a leg to create your bylaws. So the answer to your question, an attorney, or if you go through our partnership, you can get a CD and then you can edit it the way however you would like. You can customize it. I'll show you. Does that make sense? I was on definitely answer. Okay. Where's Johnny B going? He's supposed to. You want them to see yours? Okay. This is an example of an articles of incorporation. You can pass that around if you like. I think I have Johnny B's bylaws back there. So he's gonna open this up. So you're gonna have your articles of incorporation, your bylaws, your EIN is issued by the government, right? IRS. That's your company's social security number. That's the number you're going to use to file your taxes and tracking number and things of that nature. Or if someone wants to pay you money, they're going to ask you, I need your W-9. And then we have to provide them with our W-9. It'll be the company name and the company's EIN, not your social security number.
So what truly is the difference between an EIN and a TIN? Because if you want to buy something from a wholesale or holistic, type of, and they say, well, what's your?
I'm sorry. Her question is, what is the difference between an EIN and a T, like in Tom, TIN?
EIN is an employer identification number. And if you're going to employ somebody or contract somebody to work for you, then you have to use that as the number for the IRS to indicate and refer back to when you paid them money, right? So I believe what you're referring to when you say TIN is the comptroller's office, which is they give you a tax exempt number when you buy things wholesale. Right. So you get a seller tax ID number, so you as a person who are reselling things can buy it.
Oh, so that's
you get it for the t-shirts. You buy them wholesale. Did you do that?
I can't add a gift. I don't have.
Oh.
I don't have the TIN in order to buy the wholesale or for them to give me that discount for the wholesale.
Johnny B has a wholesale permit. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, it's a permit. He's just you apply with the city and just give your information, state your company and all that stuff, and then you submit it, pay $75, and then they'll send you a certificate, and then you can go buy it.
But she got to get her paperwork together first.
Correct.
I guess I'm confused because you're saying one something through the city and then just one something.
You're going to apply for the actual permit, right?
Yeah.
It's called wholesale permit.
Wholesale permit. Yes, wholesale
permit.
permit.
You purchase the shirts at a major discount. For those of you who see me wear our hats, $2, right?
Correct.
You do our visors for $2. We don't resell them though, but you have to have that permit to get them. So yeah, the TIN was through the comptroller. Yeah. So there's steps to it. Make sure you get her number. We're gonna make sure everybody gets your number before they leave.
And you pay that quarterly.
Yeah. You know what we forgot to mention? That's the franchise tax reporting.
I ain't forget. I didn't want to jump out of your stuff.
Should I say that or wait till the next class? Okay.
It's just
Yeah,
formation.
yeah, I'm trying to chunk.
I'm not trying to jump no more.
Yeah, I'm trying to chunk everything, 'cause I don't wanna, give you too much at one time, it's gonna be confusing. That's why I want y'all to think I'm being mean, but we give you too much, you're gonna be confused. You gotta get it in layers. Just like when I taught algebra, you need to know your multiplications first. Or one-step equations where you talk about quadratic, so it's called chunking, but I'll give you a little bit at a time. So, your ledger, you wanna hold this up back? I say about 5 times, I'm sorry, 'cause I keep jumping around.
Okay.
Or you don't want to stand up so they can see?
I was trying to.
You don't want you to go to them so they can see.
Okay.
I can touch.
So he's gonna show you, yeah, thank you. Your ledger, when you get certifications, minority certifications, you're gonna need everything in this book. If you're gonna get funding from the federal government, anything, banks, you're gonna need everything in this book. I'm gonna be straight up with you. Yeah, I'm gonna get you loose now. I'm gonna be very transparent with you. If you just go straight to the SOS, all you're getting is that articles of incorporation that's it for $300. You're not getting anything else.
What is the ledger? What is it exactly?
That's how you keep track of your ownership.
Okay.
I know, that's what I'm trying to tell them. Membership interest transfer. So when you transfer ownership, you gotta put it in. So you got the stock numbers, certificate numbers, all that is tracked. If you look at the other, yeah, it's a binder in there. The minutes, it's a section there for you to put your minutes, your corporate meetings, annual corporate meetings. You must have your annual corporate meetings to be in compliance. If it's just one person, you just say you met with yourself, but you did not meet with yourself. Got it?
Minutes started in.
Stock certificates and seal, I think I showed you already, right? But this keeps track of everything for you. It's a whole binder that you'll get, and this is the seal. So, show them that, they can feel it. So when you give out your certificates, you're gonna use that seal to stamp it and just raise it up, and you can feel it. That's how they know the authenticity of it. Got it? So I know for sure and personally that you're gonna need all of this to get funding. Especially if you're trying to get contracts with the city, which there's a ton of them. I'm one of the mentors for the Small Business Center for the city of Dallas, where we were supposed to, what I'm doing now is what they're trying to start. They just said, I want to be leading the black. We're already doing that. But I was humble. I said, y'all want to be a mentor for what I'm already doing? Wow, just tell them to come on down here and learn stuff. But I ain't going to act like, whatever. I'm going to get them eventually. But we educate people on this because they just say, oh, I have an LLC, because they watch somebody on a podcast and they went and filed it, and now they're ready to go and do extra, and they cannot because they're like, what are bylaws? I don't know what that is. And I hear that all the time at the title company. You have a lot of investors. I'm a real estate investor. They don't have their corporate work together because we will check you out. Like I had Mimi go and check with the Texas Corporation Search. If it does not say it's active, you cannot buy or sell anything. It must be active, meaning if you have a license, who has a license and anything? Barber, real estate. If your license gets expired, you cannot practice. Same thing with your LLC, your corporations. They must be active. And there's certain things that must take place in order for that to happen. Generally, your accounting person will take care of that. When they file your taxes, they will file your franchise tax report, right? To make sure your company's one more. Franchise tax report, another one. Because I filed two. One is level of ownership. What's it called?
Ownership.
Yeah, I forgot the ownership one name, but it's two that you file, and it's for the public to let them know, yes, and it's still accurate, so to show your registered name and everything. So it's not just, oh yeah, I'm a investor, I'm flipping houses, I'm making money. Paperwork not together. So you're gonna go to Pilar with Frost Bank, she gonna be like, baby, I'm sorry, but you need to go Conquer Free and get your stuff in order. Don't tell them you took my class, it's gonna be embarrassing. I'm for real. It's a lot to it. Yes, ma'am, here it comes.
Where are you located?
Right here. I'm just playing.
No, I work for the city of Dallas, that's what I'm asking.
Where am I located far as
When you're saying do it for the
small business? Where did we go? We was in,
I can't remember you.
it was in West Dallas.
It was close
They
to
met,
that.
they went to a rec center and we had the class. They didn't go to the city. It's a division in the city of Dallas called Small Business Center. Pardon me?
So you can't be okay.
No, the city of Dallas has different divisions. Like you have the Director of Housing Authority. They started a small business center specifically, I'm just gonna blow your mind, for minorities. You want me to tell you why? It's not enough of us at the table or in the game at all. So what they were looking for was mentors to help them educate the community so they can come get these grants and come get this funding that the city of Dallas is looking for y'all, but y'all not there.
So you're gonna start giving these classes? Oh, I'm sorry, Pastor.
No. Go ahead.
Y'all let me know now. Y'all got
Where are you gonna start giving?
That's what I was about to lead into. What I was about to lead into, the city of Dallas, they have that, right? So basically, when I said they're doing what we're already doing, she came in late, that's why she's asking this question, so bear with us. We offer financial literacy ministry, and what we're doing now is offering an entrepreneurship series. And there's 4 courses in the series, and we're going to educate you on every avenue. The first one is, what we're here today, forming an LLC. The next one's going to be business planning. The next one's going to be minority certification, and then we have funding. That's everything the city of Dallas is already trying to incorporate. They're putting this model together. They haven't even rolled it out yet. They were seeking people to help them roll it out. That's why I'm saying we're already doing it. But the money is there. You don't have, not you, but our people do not have their paperwork together to get the funding or contracts. For example, if you own a trucking firm, you can go to the city of Dallas and get a contract. Or anybody in the county. It's a county thing. You can get from the state too. They have money allocated specifically for minorities. You're a double minority. She's a woman and she's black, right? And she's black. So she's a double minority. She will probably get higher on the bid list than you. Unfortunately, that's the truth of the matter. We are discriminated against. Women are. Y'all probably don't think that. Y'all think women rule the world right about now. When it comes to business, we're not. We're discriminated against. It's bad, especially in the trucking business.
And the real estate.
And real estate. They look at us as if we're just subpar or the help. Unfortunately, we know, no offense, guys, but we probably know just as much or more, but because of our gender, we don't get the respect. And that's probably in any industry or corporation. It's a glass ceiling for women. If you do your research, our pay is not as high as a man, nor a Caucasian. So I'm gonna leave that right there.
No, I was gonna say we need to join the Black Chamber of Commerce too.
Yes.
You're right.
Yes.
And they ran.
Yeah. We're gonna have that. I'm gonna teach y'all how to apply for it. But I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's not cheap.
Still come. Even though you may not have the money for a corporation, you still need to attend the classes so that when you get there, you'll know how to pull the trigger. Don't wait. Because you never know what's going to happen when you walk out this door. Because what did we say earlier? Faith without works.
Yeah.
You sitting here, you putting in the first step.
You have to participate in your deliverance.
Yeah.
You have to participate in your deliverance. No matter what you do.
Yeah. Sure. Okay, so how to use the pertinent documents. You're going to need those, I kind of said it already. You're going to need those documents to open up a bank account. To open up a bank account, a business bank account, not your personal. You don't want to commingle funds. You need to have a business bank account. And to open a business bank account, you're going to need
all your documentation.
You're
gonna need your everything that Caprice went over. You're gonna need for the business account, your EIN, your LLC paperwork, and I want to say one thing because I know in the past, in dealing with customers, and they get frustrated when you ask them for things, but you got to realize there's a reason why the bank is asking for these things. Remember, we're just a conduit. She's just a conduit of frost. But a lot of people take it personal. You know, we're asking things because we're trying to help you get your bank account open. But when you be combative and you don't want to go get it, then guess what? That's nothing we can do for you. You know, so the thing is, when a banker is asking you for something, it's because they need it to get you approved for the bank account. So don't take it personal. If they ask for something, it's not because it's you, it's because there's a requirement that the bank asks for. So, but everything that Capri is going through is gonna be what you need for your bank account.
My banker is Will, one of his good friends. I don't care how cool we are. Capri, come up here, boo, boo, boo. I know I'm cool with you. Can I just email it to you? You do it, you know. Capri, you gotta come in. Hey, you already know who I am. I'm just gonna see the paperwork over, fill it out for me, just open it up and just transfer the money. Because while I'm sitting here, that's what you're doing. And then when I get there, I'm just be ready. No, you gotta come in before you even start. I'm like, man, I'm like taking out the time, but it's important.
And one last thing with bank accounts, be cognizant of who you have signing on your bank account. Because you have the partnership thing that happens and you think it's all good, but then money changes people. I've been through it. I filed bankruptcy. I've been through it on a big scale. And when you have someone on there that doesn't in line with who you are, and if you don't have the same morals, it's gonna be a wrap. Because they do have access, and then it's a civil case. Because they legally can sign on and take all your money. So be mindful of who you have signing on your bank account.
You got a question?
I just wanted to add to
I just
that.
fell out.
Just wanted to add to that. That's very important what he said. Just a quick story so she can carry on. My nephew, when he turned 17, I opened up him a bank account to get him started, to try to teach him how to manage it and everything. So I had to sign on as a signer with him. By me doing that, as he got older, hanging out with his cousins and stuff, got a hold to his bank debit card and did some fraudulent stuff. They shut down all his stuff and my stuff.
Wow.
So I had to go, and Chase didn't want to do business with me anymore. I had no clue why. They just sent me a letter, said we sending you all your money, and they stopped doing business. I had to go to another bank because of that. It took me a while to figure it out because they wouldn't give me any answers. They just stopped. And I asked Will, because he worked there, and he said it was probably something like that. So
you know what happened in our household.
Like you said, you gotta watch.
It's just a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
What he said is very important, so I would say I was a victim of it.
And I didn't want to fall victim of third tier stuff. So it can affect everything, not just you. You know, it's major. When you come to money, you have to be very cognizant of who you're dealing with. I think I explained that to y'all earlier. If I got ran off with our money, we'll keep that because we have 4.
And one more thing I want to say, I just want to check when you go. And this is a part of the bylaws too.
Yes.
When you can write in who can sign it, can't sign on your bank account. Those are part of your paperwork as well. So you can list it in your LLC.
Did she say something about something being a felony?
Yes. Let's tap into that. Now, y'all got to stop it. Y'all know I'm gonna keep talking.
Go ahead.
Okay, Pastor asked her a question, and she said, remember I said you can't commingle funds? And she said, yeah.
It's a felony because the money is not your money. The money belongs to the company. You're just basically like an employee working or managing that money. So you can't just go in there and start taking money out and doing what you want to do with it. It becomes a felony. Paying your personal bills, and I tell people all the time, if you're going to pay yourself from the company, then you need to be transferring that money into another personal account or writing yourself a check to yourself. Don't just go in there taking money out.
It's for your companies, when you establish your
Bank account. Like I'm the transfer queen.
Me too.
Am I not
I'm a
baby?
king. I'm a king.
We could be sitting at the dinner table. How much should we transfer? Don't. I was a victim of fraud though, but I don't even use our corporate debit cards. I use the credit cards,
That's a whole
but
nother.
I do not use our corporate debit because they go and I forgot that swipe thing. They go that fraud, get all my money. So I use my little video, called Little, I don't keep much money in there, personal bank account. And we transfer when it's time to pay the monthly bills, we transfer what we need, and a little bit extra. And if I know we're trying to do some other stuff, we at dinner, how much is it? And I literally will transfer the money. So be mindful using those cards as well. But I love credit card stuff because I get points and stuff. Okay, we're gonna roll to the next question. Who had a question?
I was gonna say something.
I said, hold on.
I was gonna say something with credit cards and debit cards.
I was gonna say to
No, that's fine.
Johnny B when he said that about the account when he was on the. That's a joke. See what I go through? When he said that about the account, that happened to me with Reagan. Her friend gave her a check and we were all together because she was in college. Her friend gave her a check to deposit in her account. However, because of, like you said, the relationship at the bank, I knew the lady that was the branch manager because I was always in there and I always would go and talk. And she let me know the reason why they shut it down was because of that check that he gave her that came back. Had she not closed that account of hers, they would have took it out of my account. But because she knew me, she knew my morals, knew I wouldn't do something like that. So
That's good to have that personal
yes,
relationship.
that's why I said that relationship.
It matters.
Yeah, true.
So we're gonna include all of that in the finance class on funding and credit. We're gonna discuss all the pros and cons dealing with money. I don't wanna scare y'all about the felony, but I'm glad you mentioned that. I don't wanna incorporate any felonies. Okay, so remember I said you need all of this. All this stuff. Jack here is a part of this new starter kit. Okay? And the new business starter kit, you'll get that binder will include the articles, the bylaws, and you will receive, I know CDs are kind of old, but we still get CDs. You'll get a CD with everything on it for minutes, ledgers, you can track everything. You're gonna go in and change your bylaws. You can edit it. Ledgers, minutes. I also provide a list of CPAs, list of attorneys. What else do we do? Everything. People that actually become our students or clients literally can call and pick my brain on whatever they want. Some of y'all already do it. You can just pick up the phone. Capri, I just ran into this and they told me I need to get the general liability insurance. Who should I call? And I seen 3 people. That's the advantage of becoming our students or part of our program. We're not just throwing you out there we call it to the wolves. Can you go to, and then you're also going to receive logo design.
And business card design.
That's just areas. And social media.
Social media stuff. If you're not on social media, you need to be on social media. If you do a social media page, post business only, not personal stuff.
Whatever medical is, you're going to get that too. I'm just playing.
Well, could you have 2 different, like I have my realtor and I have my personal?
Well, this is for this platform. Let's go ahead.
He was making a comment that was pretty good.
Okay, let me comment on that, because I want to, you're going to do separate stuff outside of this, right? Okay, so if you were to actually get the new business kit, you're going to get all of that in there. He provides or designs the logos, the business cards, and the social media covers.
Is that like the web? That's not the web page. They don't have nothing to do with the web page.
No. That's the new business starter kit.
That's the new business starter kit. Just for you to get your license and some business cards go out there and make some money. And after you make some money, then you can come back when you're ready to elevate.
I do everything else.
A website.
I'm trying to follow her blueprint.
So if you are already incorporated, right, and you need to get some additional stuff, he does everything. You know what I'm saying?
Oh. Okay, yeah. So I do websites, I do headshots. I have my own studio downtown Dallas, right down there close by the farmers market. I can get you going, but you got to be ready, okay? Because I don't play when it comes to my business. Have your stuff together, be ready to swipe your business credit card, have your money together. Because I've been in the game too long. I love my people, and sometimes I don't love my people.
Why? They want this, they want the 5 finger?
Yeah, sometimes my kin folks ain't my skin folks. My skin folks ain't my kin folks. Okay?
So don't ask for a hookup, you guys.
Please don't.
We're all entrepreneurs.
If you know what's going on right now, it's very expensive.
Yeah.
So if you're not willing to invest in me, I'm not willing to invest in you.
You gotta have some skin in the game.
Yeah.
Calling people saying, "Can I pick your brain?" That's not gonna work anymore.
I don't question. You tell me your price, I'm gonna pay you.
Exactly. Which line did I say? What did I say? Which part did I say?
About
5 finger discount?
nah.
What?
You said
What did I say?
She
Oh, you can tell me. What you tell her? I forget.
Can I pick your brain?
She cannot be
Can I pick your brain?
Oh, picking your brain? Okay. You can go down if you want to. Our people, they have a habit. Come your brain about.
Yeah.
To me, you're asking for consultation.
That's what I say.
That's not free. Now, if you're one of my students, that's different.
Yeah.
Am I telling the truth? My students. If you're a student and you pour it into me, that's what you get back in return. It's me. You pay for the courses, not this course, I'm talking about the Truvillion Academy stuff. You pay for the courses, now I belong to you. You can call me and say, let me pick your brain. Because you trusted me enough to get you to this first base, I'm not going to just leave you there, I'm going to get you all the way to home run.
And just think how much she invested in herself to get to where she is now.
It took me 30 years to get here.
You know what I'm saying?
Really more than that, because my granddaddy started. Then it was my mama, so I've been listening to this since I could hear and articulate. They've been pouring into me, so it didn't happen overnight. Michigan State, I love my school to death. They didn't create this. That's just a piece of paper they gave me because I met their expectations. But the real world is what got me here. Having different companies, failing and getting back up and starting all over, filing bankruptcy. I learned the secrets from that too. You're going to fall. I don't know too many successful people that did not file bankruptcy or fall flat on their butt a couple times, not just one. That's a part of the business. Get back up, brush your shoulders off, and you're going to find another strategy.
You have to invest in yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to fail.
Once I put a lens on my camera, that's 10 grand a month. All right?
Wow.
It's 10 grand a month. That's how much I invested.
The camera is worth
I started with a really cool camera. I'm up to 10 grand now. Okay?
So that means he has overhead expenses that must be paid. Stop asking our people for hookups. That's why a lot of black businesses do not make it, because we don't support one another. I'm going to say this, I don't care about being on no social media. I prayed on all this. And I'm going to be straight up with you. You will go, you think that ice is colder than ours. Y'all know what I mean by that?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. But they have more credibility.
I give you a piece of ice and him a piece of ice. They got the same temperature. But for some reason, they believe that their ice is colder. But you will go to Joe Schmuck's business, take their crap, take them barely looking you in the face, not returning phone calls, treating you like you're a second-class citizen, you deal with it. But you'll go to a black company, oh, they didn't answer the phone.
They're not even open.
Or they're not open. They go to lunch. Some real minor, you give up on them. Here come, baby, here come. I want to get it. Here, come on up here. Here, I want to get what she had to say. So that's the first step. Stop doing that. Because if you're all going to be entrepreneurs, you're going to want people to support your business, right? I never asked Jack to be a part of our program. What did I say? What are your fees? Mm-hmm. Did I not?
And I gave y'all a discount.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Yeah. He gave you a discount because he's a part of the program.
Because I love y'all too.
He loved me, so he loved y'all.
Yeah.
No, he don't, baby. He don't love me. He loved Johnny B. So he loved me because he loved Johnny B. My sister got my back. She said, Johnny B, get her. But, say what you got to say.
Okay, so I don't know the answer, but what she was saying, like she's saying, y'all do need to be on social media because these are the conversations that need to be had. Because just something like what you just said, they'll give up on us, but they'll also go and put this big old blog and talk about your business, but they're not gonna do it to other people.
They don't.
They're just gonna fuss about it for 5 minutes and say, okay, whatever, and they're gonna go back. They're gonna go back. But they're not gonna blackball them on social media like they do. So,
Walmart's still in business.
She preaching.
That part.
Walmart's still in business.
And they still hate on Walmart too.
Going up in there. Just keep in mind though. That's gonna be you one day. You could be doing everything to stay in compliance, but because she brought her baby and came late, she don't want to pay the fee for staying after hours. You know what she gonna do? Why I gotta pay you an extra $50? I'm only 30 minutes. That's the
30 minutes.
There you go. On the flip side.
But she hold on. But did you not explain that to them when they signed up and agreed to bring their baby? But they get mad, but you go across to the north. I'm sorry I'm late. Do I pay now? Do I pay next week when you bill me? Hold on. Y'all timid? You don't speak up? Stop. And I'm speaking from experience, 30 years. It's not easy. You know what they told me? Don't open your office down there. You're in the jungle. Am I lying? I'm not lying. I had a white person tell me, ain't nobody gonna come to your school because it's black owned. Am I lying?
Right.
Literally, when I'm gonna say this, I'm the coldest educator in the city.
If y'all follow online, you
No
follow her online. She's a marketing beast. We need to follow her. We need to share her stuff. You see what I'm saying? We're not doing it. We're not supporting us. Anytime I see her stuff on Johnny V page, I'm sharing it.
I share y'all stuff too.
And congratulates us.
Yes.
Always posting. I'm always getting some bling bling at the work. Bling bling, sharing somebody.
And raise your hand if you're a realtor. And I share everybody's stuff. Ain't no competition in this room. There's enough money out there for everybody. Am I practicing what I preach? I take my time out, baby girl, raise your hand, paycheck. I take my time out. They come to my office and cry on my shoulder. Baby, you ain't giving up. Let's sit down and give you some ideas. Or I'll take my time out and sit with you and what I say. This ain't for you to go give me no, what do you call it? Shout outs. I'm giving you some information to help you. Y'all. All I want to see is you do something with it. I feel like I'm wasting my time if I don't see you applying it.
And I want to add while you're going over there real quick, Capri. I have a challenge for you too. The one thing that I've learned through everything is it's easy for us to complain, but I challenge you when you see someone that's doing something exceptionally in service, that you give them a good rapport. You give them a good, as she said, review. Because the thing is, we had a deal in banking to where they started my bonus based upon where it was purely sales position. I was making, God was good. And then we went to where half of my bonus was based upon what the customer's reception was. Had to have a 7 or better. Well, you got to think, how many times when someone asks you to fill out a review and it's good, do you do it? But as soon as you're upset, you'll write a paragraph. So my thing is this, I challenge you, when you see good service from somebody's business, post something good about it. Because we are quick, for some reason, to see the glass half empty.
Because what you guys don't see, what Johnny B sees, up all night.
Oh, I know.
Her too. We go through it. You're going to go through it too. You're going to have nights where you like, I'm tired.
And because
hold on. You know, cuss you out. And you know what you're going to have to do? Take it like a G. That's part of the customer service. You have to take it like a G.
Maturity too.
If you don't have thick skin, this is the wrong business for you. You do not need to be an entrepreneur. Because she could be dead wrong, but I'm going to say, I understand now. I understand. You know what I'm going to do? Is that I'm going to take this constructive criticism, I'm going to apply it so I will not make this mistake again. I might not even believe what she's saying, but I'm going to tell her that. And sometimes they're right. We just don't want to receive it. Because we think we know everything. If you're going to have a successful business, that's the first thing you need to do. Customer service. I think you mentioned that earlier. Customer service is key. Because some people work with me because of me. Not because of the brand. It's because of Capri affiliated with it. And I've had to tell people that don't get it twisted now. Yeah, you know X, Y, Z, but it's me that's bringing the business. You guys are going to have the same mentality. So if you were to, let's get back to this, if you were to take this and went to any attorney just to get incorporated, they're going to charge you at least $2,500? Yeah. At least, am I right? Yep. That's just to get you incorporated. I'm not talking about this, doing all the extra stuff. You're not going to get a logo for sure.
No.
Will they get a business card, maybe?
Yeah, they might get some business cards.
Not from the attorneys.
Not from
I
an
know.
attorney, not from an
They're
attorney.
not going to get anything graphically.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think this new business? We give y'all a major discount when you're ready. When you're ready. Don't put no pressure on you. I don't want you to feel like, oh, I gotta get this LLC. Capri said this. Pray on it. Remember we was talking about that gut feeling? You gotta pray on it. Ask God, hey, is this what I really need to do? You can change the name later on. But is this something I'm ready for? I started many businesses and they weren't for me. Look where I'm at now.
Don't do it until you're ready.
Until you're ready. So how much would you say? We told you that it's at least $2,500 because a lot of people go straight to the attorneys and get it drafted. They're very expensive. We already know that. Some people say, I can go to the Secretary of State and do it myself, $300. You're still short. You don't have everything you need, and you don't have a consultant, you don't have anyone giving you guidance, anybody pointing in the right direction. You're not going to use my relationships either. So don't think, now all the attendees got me. If you attended and came in here, you can tap into me, whether you got an LLC right now or not. I'm going to send you straight to Jack. Now, Jack can take care of you on just the graphics stuff. I'm not a graphics person. So what would you think a fair price for a new starter kit would be for you? Cyber world, if you didn't attend, this pricing is not for you.
We have to put that in.
It's just for people sitting in here. What do y'all think would be a good price?
Just call it a number.
500?
I would say because I know the whatever. I would say with everything because I've already tried that when my sister already been on me about it. I don't want to
Shortcuts.
Jesus, you can put me out of here, the pastor too. But for something like that, because I, like I said, spoke to someone, I would say for everything, should be way more than $2,500. But if he's gonna give a kid or whatever, I would say about between $1,200 and $1,500. She getting good.
She listening.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's it. That's a picture. That's what's in your thing. That's everything that you'll get. You can see the tabs. I provided you with everything so you can see what will be in there. All right. That's our website, Clay Business Capital. That's that's our partner that actually do the incorporation. That's where he's going to actually come in and do the funding for you as well. All right.
So he gonna do the what?
Hold on, as you do. No.
But you said he gonna be doing the funding too?
Yeah, our class for the funding class is going to be through that company.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be sitting up here on the panel. That's my sister.
Okay. I told you.
Yeah, same thing with me. I go down that rabbit hole. She's saying like, okay, this is the entrepreneurship series classes that we're going to cover. Business plan, funding, minority certification. You have that. Where is it at? There you go. For everyone else, it's $1,500. If they get back in this camera.
Yeah, get in the camera.
If you're not here, it's $1,500 for you to take advantage of all of these things in our kit, correct? Now, if you call Jack, if you call Jack, Jack's gonna give you his retail price, not the discount that he provided us in here today. So don't try to call Jack and say, I met you through Capri. Because I'm gonna give him a copy of the list so he can know, yeah, you're part of the program.
The logo design starts at $1,500 by itself.
You guys get a major deal. So go ahead.
I said $1,500.
That's just for him.
Just for logo design.
I noticed I said.
Oh yeah. For all of this, for everybody that registered today, we'll just give it to you a flat $1,000 for everybody. So I know. Don't worry about it. You gotta sell some stuff. If you want a consultation, say, Capri, I need to get to this $1,000. We'll come up with some strategies where you need to sell X amount of shirts within so many days to get it. You got a backwards plan.
Y'all, that's a deal. That's, man, you don't know how much money I spent.
Yeah. Even she like it, yeah. But remember, I said I have a passion for what I do. I'm not doing this trying to get rich. I can't get rich off of this. Right? But we do have a plan. You want to go to that website I told you to go to? I'm at Mimi take you to a website, and we're about to share with you what my board is bringing down a pipeline. I know it's past 4, but trust me, it'll be worth it. We have 2 things we're launching in 2024. The first one is Horror Cares. Right? That's another one of our legs under our nonprofit. For those of you, let me get back to the camera. For those of you that know I'm pivoting, we're going to offer Horror Cares. That's our nonprofit where we're going to provide, all my realtors are going to need y'all help, where we're going to provide for senior citizens, low to moderate income senior citizens, we're going to provide assistance with home repairs.
Oh, I'm a senior citizen.
You ain't no senior citizen.
I'll be 60 next year.
I'm messing with you because you came in late. Okay.
Well, I was actually late because I'm trying to get my son in college. So he's a senior, and I went to another seminar where they have. Oh, he my only right stand so far. Okay. Oh, but that's good because the city of Dallas also does that through community courts. And I used to work for community courts in South Dallas, where they look for people to help senior citizens with repairs to their homes. I mean,
We're gonna have her.
I'm not part of her, but I mean, you can pull my coattails.
You're a Truvillion there.
Excuse
Truvillion,
me,
I'm looking for.
excuse me, what's the age for senior citizens, honey?
So,
60. Hold on. We gotta ask Pastor, because this is our.
Pastor, what's the senior age? Cause at Ross is 50
It's
feet.
listed at 65.
Oh, Pastor.
Thank you. Don't listen to her, don't listen
It's
to her.
65.
Yes.
I work in Cold Line, so that's why.
We're gonna make sure we, give her information. Okay, so what we're doing is, oh, my little baby. We're gonna offer, up to $9,999. That's how much assistance we're gonna give senior citizens for home repairs. Okay, so keep that in the back of your brain, bro, just to know y'all selling houses every day. If they're a senior citizen, think about it. It's hard to maintain a home. And the older, right now it's hard to maintain it. I'm not talking about finances, I'm talking about just the remembering stuff. And getting out there and taking care of it.
That's a whole nother class.
Yeah, hold on. It's, yes, we're gonna start off in Dallas County. Yeah, she's in Taylor County, that's why she asked that. Yes, in Dallas County, but we're gonna start within Lancaster first. Then we're gonna spread out. Does that make sense? But it's gonna launch 2024. Go ahead.
Come on, so social media.
Oh, okay. It is for seniors of low to moderate income, but it's means tested. Meaning, a lot of we got some seniors that make a whole lot more retired than a whole lot of folk. You know, so of course you have to fall into that category of needing it. We're not just offering it to any senior citizen. They have to pretty much be low to moderate income individuals. My prayer is that we can offer the services free of charge. But of course, we may have to finagle that some kind of way to where the senior is just got some kind of skin in the game. But ultimately, that is the ultimate goal. Because a lot of us, just look at it like this, a lot of our seniors are home rich but cash poor, meaning they own the house, but they don't have the necessary funds to take care of whatever the repair may be, for a fence, or a roof, or a ramp, or, just HVAC. I mean, a whole lot of stuff. And so, of course, like I said, it's means tested, but it is for our seniors and low to moderate income individuals.
And answer your question? We're gonna have some criteria based on income restrictions. Okay, just because you're 65, balling out of control, because you had a nice retirement plan, you got a nice pension, and you might be very frugal inside, let me just call who cares to fix this fence. No, it's not gonna work like that. You have to be almost destitute in some type of financial hardship.
Oh yeah, and who has those articles of incorporation? I need those back.
Yeah, y'all trying to take our stuff.
Thank you. I need those back, Val. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. May the Lord bless you real good.
Real good.
So Core Cares is going to be launched 2024, and I'm going to be looking for my constituents to help us push it out, the agenda out, the community, because of course, when you got your feet, what you call your boots on the ground, it could be your family members, your members of your bank clients, all that. So we just want you to know that we're going to be doing more than just financial literacy. We're going to offer assistance in that manner. Scroll some more, and then also we're launching. Give me y'all some time. Next month we're gonna have. Okay, Johnny, it's going okay. Well, those are the courses we're gonna offer next month. Okay, can y'all see those? These are okay, stop right there. These are other online courses that we're gonna launch next year. So what's gonna happen is we're gonna help people start or run an LLC, a business. Now, you start your business, if you're new to it, you don't know what to do. So we have courses in each category that we're gonna have courses in each one of these categories where you're gonna need assistance with running your LLC, especially a daycare. You gotta deal with HR, workplace essentials, You gotta know how to do supervisor and managerial roles, administrative tasks, sales and marketing. We also going to teach you how to use Microsoft. Not everybody's really cognizant of Excel, Word, things of that nature. These will all be online courses, but guess what? You're gonna have access to it, unlimited access. Keep going, keep going. Just for $40 a month, and half of that goes back to the church. Goes back to the church. Okay? So, we're going to teach you how to become an entrepreneur. Got it? Next year, we're going to launch this, because I'm putting more courses on here. Right now, we got about 40-something courses. I want to have 100. And then push it out. So, we're going to offer that, and you can tap back in there at any time. But what did she say about what again? The courses will be there for you. Just for $40 a month. And 50% comes back to the church. What's your question?
Is that on your app?
We haven't launched this. Yeah, it's not fully launched. I don't promote it. The website is up and it's operable, but I haven't pushed the agenda. Does it make sense? Because me, I'm a little OCD. I want to make sure I got certain stuff on there before I do it. But if you go to the website right now, you can sign up. Scroll down some more. Does it show up the courses? These are some of the courses. Business ethics, etiquette, entrepreneurship, what you guys are getting now. Is that it? Hiring strategies, time management, accounting, keep going. Banking, blueprint to start a trucking firm. I'm going to have a trucking firm boot camp, because that's my background. And then we're going to have real estate stuff, where people want to become a realtor, or if you want to own and operate a trucking firm, there's going to be specific tracks that we're going to offer as well. Branding courses, budgeting, business credit, regular credit, and then deceased, seller, probate issues, diversity and inclusion. You guys get the gist of it, right? It's a lot of courses. Feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people don't, yeah. I tell you, online is amazing.
Amazing. Then, you know what? We're going to have a list of resources. So someone say, well, I'm new, I want to get some t-shirts made. Who do you think will be listed on there?
People that make t-shirts.
All our people that, whatever business you offer, we're putting you on our website in the back office for people to tap into it and say, hey, you looking for this? Call this person. You'll be listed on there as one of our strategic partners. So it's a win-win for everyone. Frost Bank partner with us. They're going to be on their Slack. Frost Bank, that's what we're going to promote. Got it? So the thing is it's just $40 a month, and then we have our big seminars. It'll be free for y'all. We're going to have big seminars with some major guest speakers and stuff. That's when we grow. That's what I'm saying we're going to launch it next year. Yeah. Feedback?
No, good.
You like it?
Yeah, I love that. No.
Question, comments, or concerns? I'm going to let y'all go. None?
Where's the attendance sheet for today?
Oh, we didn't have an attendance sheet.
Oh, yeah, we don't look
She had me looking. I looked around. She had me turn around. Oh, you trying to make sure? Okay.
That's right.
So what kind of film
This
you
one
are?
can jump in. You about to say right here.
Oh, I'm like attendance sheet. Yeah, this is oh, you mean on me? I'm always waiting for people. Okay, so one more question.
I just want to say thank you for providing this, because you don't have people who want to pour back into their community and then to do it for free, in this situation. So just thank you. We're excited to
Give us some love, give Chris some love.
Thank you. So that concludes tomorrow. That concludes your entrepreneurship, the first course for your entrepreneurship series. I pray that you all will be back next month. It's in your packet, is it not? Yes. It's in your packet, the upcoming courses. The third Saturday of every month, except for November and December. Third Saturday of every month, 2 p.m., be there or be square.
Please tell somebody about it.
Tell somebody. I think every night, like Mrs. Can you stand up more? More. They called each other by last name. Stand up. Make sure you bring someone with you. She brought 3 people with her. So when you come back, share it. Bring them back, you guys. This is only going to work if we work as a village. You just can't think of that when you raise the kids. Now we all trying to help each other, and you got to pour back into it. Did you have a question, Pedro? You sure? I answered it. Okay, we got to close out with our prayer. Who's doing it? Did I cover everything?
Come in front of the social media.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. This has always been a dream of mine to have a financial literacy class I really thought for church people, but thanks to Capri, we opened it to everybody. And so I see this sanctuary being packed with people learning financial literacy, packed with black people learning more about our finances. Amen. Amen. So thank you, Capri, for making that dream come into fruition. God bless you. No, don't cry. Don't cry.
I got a plus.
Amen. But let's close with a word of prayer. If you don't mind, can we all stand? Oh God, our Father, Lord, we thank you for what our eyes have seen and our ears have heard on this day, God. Thank you for these that are gathered who are thinking about or maybe even already being entrepreneurs, God. Help us to be the businessmen and women that you would be pleased to have. Help us not to be about funny practices and cutting corners, but help us to put everything in line so that we may open the door to whatever you want to do through our lives. We thank you for our facilitator. We thank you for our guest speakers. Ask and pray that you will continue to shower your choicest blessings on each one of us. Now, as we leave this place, encamp your angels around us, keep us safe from all hurt, harm, and danger, and protect us from all accidents and incidences. And we'll forever give your name all the praise and all the honor that it so rightfully deserves. In the name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Amen. And then lastly, I want to give a big shout out to our media department under the leadership of Chris Davis and the youngster Mimi just does some of everything around here. But we thank y'all. Thank you so much. God bless you.
And make sure you guys lean on your Bible verses. Don't just go home and have it in the back seat. Pull this out and meditate on it. Pray on everything I told you guys.